Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Be dressed in. She was wearing yellow that day. The act of having on your person as a covering or adornment. She bought it for everyday wear. Have on one's person. Go to pieces. Put clothing on one's body. What should I wear today? A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. Deteriorate through use or stress. Last and be usable. Have in one's aspect. Wear an expression of one's attitude or personality. He always wears a smile. Have or show an appearance of. Wear one's hair in a certain way. Impairment resulting from long use. The tires showed uneven wear. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Offensive term for a homosexual man. Finely ground tobacco wrapped in paper, for smoking. Work hard. Act as a servant for older boys, in British public schools. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Lose interest or become bored with something or somebody. Labor of a non-military kind done by soldiers, cleaning or digging or draining or so on. The soldiers were put on fatigue to teach them a lesson. Temporary loss of strength and energy resulting from hard physical or mental work. He was hospitalized for extreme fatigue. Always used with a modifier, boredom resulting from overexposure to something. He was suffering from museum fatigue. Used of materials, especially metals, in a weakened state caused by long stress. Metal fatigue. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. An old or overworked horse. Lose interest or become bored with something or somebody. A semi-precious gemstone that takes a high polish, is usually green but sometimes whitish, consists of jadeite or nephrite. A woman adulterer. A light green color varying from bluish green to yellowish green. Of something having the color of jade, especially varying from bluish green to yellowish green. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Last longer than others. This material outwears all others. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Lose interest or become bored with something or somebody. I'm so tired of your mother and her complaints about my food. Hoop that covers a wheel. Automobile tires are usually made of rubber and filled with compressed air. Cause to be bored. Deplete. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Deteriorate through use or stress. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Go to pieces. Deteriorate through use or stress. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress. Lose interest or become bored with something or somebody. Physically and mentally fatigued. A wary is archaic. Be dressed in. The act of having on your person as a covering or adornment. Geology. The mechanical process of wearing or grinding something down, as by particles washing over it. Producing exhaustion. The visit was especially wearing. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. I cannot bear his constant criticism. Have on one's person. Bear a scar. Bring forth. Take on as one's own the expenses or debts of another person. She agreed to bear the responsibility. Behave in a certain manner. Cause to be born. Have rightfully. Of rights, titles, and offices. She bears the title of Duchess. Contain or hold. Have within. Bring in. Interest-bearing accounts. Support or hold in a certain manner. Be pregnant with. She is bearing his child. An investor with a pessimistic market outlook. An investor who expects prices to fall and so sells now in order to buy later at a lower price. Have. Bear a resemblance. Massive plantigrade carnivorous or omnivorous mammals with long shaggy coats and strong claws. Move while holding up or supporting. Bear a heavy load. Tennis. A score consisting of winning a game when your opponent was serving. He was up 2 breaks in the second set. Breaking of hard tissue such as bone. The break seems to have been caused by a fall. Enter someone's virtual or real property in an unauthorized manner, usually with the intent to steal or commit a violent act. Be released or become known, of news. Fail to agree with. Be in violation of, as of rules or patterns. An act of delaying or interrupting the continuity. It was presented without commercial breaks. Lessen in force or effect. Break a fall. An escape from jail. The breakout was carefully planned. Interrupt a continued activity. Force out or release suddenly and often violently something pent up. Break into tears. Any frame in which a bowler fails to make a strike or spare. The break in the 8th frame cost him the match. Go to pieces. Ruin completely. Act in disregard of laws, rules, contracts, or promises. Break a law. Become fractured. Break or crack on the surface only. Do a break dance. Kids were break dancing at the street corner. Prevent completion. Break off the negotiations. Become separated into pieces or fragments. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or that was meant to be kept a secret. Terminate. Break a lucky streak. Surpass in excellence. Break a record. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The act of breaking something. The breakage was unavoidable. Happen. Break down, literally or metaphorically. A pause from doing something, as work. We took a 10-minute break. Stop operating or functioning. Fracture a bone of. Reduce to bankruptcy. My daughter's fancy wedding is going to break me. Assign to a lower position. Reduce in rank. Geology. A crack in the Earth's crust resulting from the displacement of one side with respect to the other. Break a piece from a whole. Break a branch from a tree. Make submissive, obedient, or useful. The horse was tough to break. A time interval during which there is a temporary cessation of something. Move away or escape suddenly. Nobody can break out. This prison is high security. A personal or social separation, as between opposing factions. They hoped to avoid a break in relations. Some abrupt occurrence that interrupts an ongoing activity. There was a break in the action when a player was hurt. Destroy the completeness of a set of related items. The book dealer would not break the set. Cease an action temporarily. Let's break for lunch. An unexpected piece of good luck. He finally got his big break. An abrupt change in the tone or register of the voice, as at puberty or due to emotion. Then there was a break in her voice. A sudden dash. He made a break for the open door. Be broken in. If the new teacher won't break, we'll add some stress. Become punctured or penetrated. Cause the failure or ruin of. This play will either make or break the playwright. Cause to give up a habit. Change directions suddenly. Change suddenly from one tone quality or register to another. Come forth or begin from a state of latency. Come into being. Come to an end. Crack. Of the male voice in puberty. His voice is breaking, he should no longer sing in the choir. Curl over and fall apart in surf or foam, of waves. Destroy the integrity of, usually by force, cause to separate into pieces or fragments. Diminish or discontinue abruptly. Emerge from the surface of a body of water. Exchange for smaller units of money. I had to break a $100 bill just to buy the candy. Fall sharply. Find a flaw in. Break an alibi. Find the solution or key to. Break the code. Give up. Break cigarette smoking. Happen or take place. Things have been breaking pretty well for us in the past few months. Interrupt the flow of current in. Break a circuit. Invalidate by judicial action. Make a rupture in the ranks of the enemy or one's own by quitting or fleeing. Make the opening shot that scatters the balls. Pierce or penetrate. Render inoperable or ineffective. Scatter or part. Separate from a clinch, in boxing. The occurrence of breaking. The break in the dam threatened the valley. The opening shot that scatters the balls in billiards or pool. Undergo breaking. Vary or interrupt a uniformity or continuity. Weaken or destroy in spirit or body. An occasion for excessive eating or drinking. They went on a bust that lasted 3 days. Search without warning. Make a sudden surprise attack on. Separate or cause to separate abruptly. Go to pieces. Ruin completely. He busted my radio. Break open or apart suddenly and forcefully. The chest of a woman. Lacking funds. A complete failure. A sculpture of the head and shoulders of a person. Go to pieces. Become separated into pieces or fragments. Lose one's emotional or mental composure. Break or fall apart into fragments. Make a pretense of. She assumed indifference, even though she was seething with anger. Put clothing on one's body. The queen assumed the stately robes. Take on as one's own the expenses or debts of another person. Seize and take control without authority and possibly with force. Take as one's right or possession. He assumed to himself the right to fill all positions in the town. Take on a certain form, attribute, or aspect. She assumed strange manners. Take on titles, offices, duties, responsibilities. When will the new president assume office? Occupy or take on. He assumes the lotus position. Take to be the case or to be true, except without verification or proof. I assume his train was late. Take up someone's soul into heaven. This is the day when Mary was assumed into heaven. The head of an organized crime family. Teacher at a university or college, especially at Cambridge or Oxford. Put clothing on one's body. The princess donned a long blue dress. A European river in southwestern Russia flows into the Sea of Azov. A Spanish courtesy title or form of address for men that is prefixed to the forename. A Spanish gentleman or nobleman. Celtic goddess. Mother of Gwydion and Arianrhod, corresponds to Irish Danu. To come or go into. Put clothing on one's body. Secure a place in a college, university, etc. Get involved in or with. Familiarize oneself thoroughly with. Fool or hoax. Adopted in order to deceive. Put clothing on one's body. He put on his best suit for the wedding. Apply to a surface. Carry out performances. Increase one's body weight. Prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance. Add to something existing. She put on a sunroom. Add to the odometer. He put on 1,000 miles on this trip. Put on the stove or ready for cooking. Put on the tea, please. A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. Provide or cover with a cloak. Something that covers or cloaks like a garment. Fields in a vesture of green. A covering designed to be worn on a person's body. Suitable for wear or able to be worn. Wearable evening clothes. Diminish, as by friction. Deteriorate through use or stress. Deteriorate through use or stress. Persist for a specified period of time. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. The new secretary had to endure a lot of unprofessional remarks. Continue to live and avoid dying. Undergo or be subjected to. Face and withstand with courage. Continue to exist. The legend of Elvis endures. Last and be usable. Stand up or offer resistance to somebody or something. Thrust or extend out. Continue to live and avoid dying. Last and be usable. Wait uncompromisingly for something desirable.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.